put it on for a fully immersive experience that is like nothing you have ever seen. We're going to talk about all of this stuff and more, but first, in order to do so, I'm going to send you guys back to Amber and our special guest host, Colin Furze, who are back in the studio. He's an amazing YouTube star. He's my personal hero. So back to you guys, and I'll see you in just a minute.
I got your stuff.
Thanks, John. I'm here with Colin, who's joined us all the way from London. Colin hosts his own YouTube channel where he invents, builds, breaks, and everything in between. Thanks so much for joining us.
That's good. It's good to be here in such a clean environment. It's much different to the shed, which I'm normally in.
I'm sure it's a lot different than the shed. So what do you think of the new S6 and the Edge?
I think it's brilliant. I think, you know, phones these days have taken over things like you can never believe. I mean, we've all got them in our pockets, and you can't imagine what life would have been like before them. So, and this feels so futuristic and absolutely fantastic.
How do you feel being one of the first people in the entire world to get your hands on this device?
I feel really privileged, actually, that they've asked me, you know, from someone who bashes bits of metal in the shed, you know, gets mucky, gets filthy. The fact that you can't see any fixings, there's no screws or bolts or anything like that. It's as if it was held in suspended animation and like bang, they've slapped it all together. You'll never take it to bits or anything. It's good. It's seamless. Seamless.
You know, in addition to that really awesome construction, what I like very much is the texture and the lighting effects of it. So, you know, you've got one of the colors over there.
Yeah.
I believe you've got the.
I've gone for the green one.
Yeah,
the kind
emerald,
of like
green emerald.
British
right?
racing green, as
There
I like
you go,
to call
there
it,
you
but
go.
it's emerald green, and there's a slightly bluer one as well, which to kind of to put it into real terms, it's a bit like when you see petrol or something like shimmering on water. You've got like that mirror of colour. It's a bit like a fish. I kind of thought a bit like
Yes.
a fish. You've
It
kind
is
of got
a little
that.
like a
So
fish.
they look quite dark, but they do have a bit of colour
They have
to
a
them.
color, and
So.
that's what I love about
It's
them.
iridescent, right?
It is,
Yeah.
and I go back to them being so sophisticated because many times we see with smartphones is that they have these bright colors, you know, some of the primary colors, but these are very sleek, and I think people are going to love them. We should mention they come in 4 different colors, so people will be excited. You do have an option there as well.
Yeah, there's several different. You've got gold, platinum, which is what I've got. I've got a little bling going
Bit
on over
bling.
here. Yeah, we've got black, sapphire, green emerald, which you've got. We got blue topaz, and also white pearl.
White, of course.
There's multiple colors and white and black, whatever. So very cool. And let's not forget, good looking is one thing, but durable is another.
Yes,
And
durable
these
is definitely
babies
another.
are very durable because they have Gorilla Glass on both sides.
I know, we have to talk about that. You know, I was just looking and when we were watching the keynote saying that the Gorilla Glass is actually 50% stronger. I mean, this is really exciting for people, especially like you said, because they do have it on both sides. And if you look at this here, we're looking at the front of the phone, but we can flip it around and look at the back. I mean, again, I go back to the design just being so absolutely fabulous and sturdy, and you'll like that.
I mean, I as a practical person, that's what I look for in a phone, because this thing, it sits in my pocket, it goes through everything I do. I generally don't tend to put cases on them. So if I fall off something, if I'm hammering something or whatever, the phone's pretty much going for it as well. And you never know, this might actually save my leg one day. So the tougher they are, the better. And as most people, if they're going to break anything on the phone, it's the screen, isn't it? We've all broken screens, sort of thing. So the tougher they make them,
That's
the better.
right. And that is the toughest screen on the market. Also, because you've got the one with the curved edges, we should probably mention that it's not just beautiful. It doesn't just feel good in the hand. It serves a purpose.
Yeah, it
You want
does.
to tell them what it does?
Yeah, definitely. If you want to just hold it, or I can hold it for you, Colin.
Yeah, you go
okay,
for it.
so I'll go for it here. So if we see the curve on the edges, it does serve a purpose, and that purpose being that you can get notifications. So it's not just pretty, it also has some utilitarian purpose as well, which I think is great. Also, one of the things that I love is that you can color code it, so based on who's calling you. So say, for example, that John P. is calling me, I can color code it so it's bright red, and I can see that red kind of glow from underneath.
So red is like a warning, right?
Don't
Like,
answer
don't
it.
answer
Don't
that
answer
Could be
call.
for love, John. It could be for love.
Oh, it could be. It could
It
for
is
love. That's
definitely
right.
for
right,
love. What are you
right.
talking about?
I think it's right because, I mean, this is one of them features which I think people get excited about, because I think with these conventions where I get so many people here is every time, like a new phone comes out, we always want to see like a gimmick or something which is really cool and fresh, and the bent screen, I think, is definitely that. But this does actually serve a purpose. It's not just there for, for it to be flashed.
No,
It
you
does
can
actually
see
do
it
something.
glowing along the edge when you leave it face down, and that's where these notifications come in, right?
Exactly.
So you quickly know, oh, that's blue. I know it's whatever you're
And
set
thanks
for.
to that curve, also when you're watching any type of video or you're looking at any photos on the phone, again, it looks beautiful because of that curve. It's a really interesting design point.
Let's talk a little bit about photos and videos and watching them on there, because the screen is eminently capable of displaying any kind of content you want because of its super high resolution. It's 557 pixels per inch, which is the highest pixel density of anything in this size.
Yeah, and that goes back to my point. People want to be able to watch videos. I mean, more and more people are even watching full-length movies on their phones. So you want to make sure that that resolution is absolutely gorgeous, and this does the trick.
Yeah.
It's like super clear that an eagle could watch this. And wouldn't be able to see
Indeed,
it. I mean, because
indeed.
eagles are known for their
They've
smartphone
got good
activity,
vision.
of course.
Even they couldn't see the pixels. That's right.
It all comes back to animals with this one
It
over
does,
here. That's
it
all
does.
I'm saying.
Animals, Samba, we're all animals.
Now, in addition to the screen being extremely clear, it's also bright.
It is also bright, and this is one of the frustrations I think people have with smartphones, is that you're using your phone all the time in the daytime, right? You go out, you want to take a photo, you want to look at something, you can't see your phone. But with this phone, you will be able to see it in bright light, so that's definitely an improvement there.
That might help when you're out, doing crazy things outdoors. You need to pull out your camera, your phone, and use the camera, for example. Got to be able to see the screen to do it.
You have to, but remember I live in England where sunny days are at premium.
That's
but,
true, that's
on
true.
the off chance that we get some glorious sunshine,
Yeah.
I'll still be able
Then
to
you'll
use
be
it.
able to use it. Okay, there's one other thing that I want to point out that I find very exciting that I know you guys haven't had a chance to check out yet, but the Gear VR headset is made, there's a new version specifically made for the S6, which allows you to basically snap this thing into a headset and it'll be right in front of your eyeballs, okay? Now, the fact that it has a 2560 by 1440 resolution screen and this tiny little display means that when you have it directly in front of your eyes, each eye gets a full HD experience, which is important if you want to have a very immersive viewing experience with this headset on.
Yeah, people are going to love that.
Which is quite cool, so it turns your phone into a virtual reality headset as well.
Exactly.
So you don't have to buy something separate.
It does.
There's a money saving there, I like that. As a tight man, I like that.
Well, as a tight man, you probably don't like paying a lot for electricity either, so it's a good thing that these new devices have excellent battery life.
They really do. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S5 now for a long time, and one of the things I absolutely love is that the battery life is fabulous. This is one of the reasons that I use it all the time, is because it doesn't take that long to charge. And what's great about these new devices is that in just 10 minutes, you can get 4 hours of charge for basic usage, going around and checking your email and doing those type of things. So that's a significant improvement. I've never seen anything that great on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just great, because if you take the average working day, it's about 8 hours. So if come lunchtime, your phone's nearly dead, or for some reason, 10 minutes and it will see you out for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, definitely. And one of the other things that you can do is, if you forget to charge it by plugging in a wire, you can always use the new wireless charging capability that's built into the phones.
And that's super fun. Just